we're going to take our journey towards success. And as I was saying, we were very fortunate that District 34A was selected to be one of the 9 pilot districts for the North American Membership Initiative. Both Haynes Townsend and Brian Sheehan are great visionaries, and they had a vision for our association and felt that they had some ideas that could help us get to where we need to be. Unfortunately, we lost Vice President Haynes unexpectedly, but Vice President Doug Alexander and Patty Hill have come right on board with us and are really helping to promote this. And let me tell you, the Lions Clubs International staff is behind this program 110%. It's amazing what they have done over the last 18 to 24 months to make sure that this is a successful program. So Jerome likes to kid Vice President Patty on this next slide, because in the United States we say it's the NAMI process. Well, in Canada they say it's the NAMI process, and we're trying to make the two intermingle so that it all works well. But we've had a lot of fun with that. But it's a 4-step process. We have a build a vision, where we decide what we want to do, where we see the district 5, 10, 15 years from now, and we put together and build a team. Now, these two are like the chicken and the egg, which came first. We had a group meeting and with a lot of people, and out of that, those people were our team as such. And out of that meeting, which Jerome's going to talk about in just a minute, we built a vision of what we saw the potential of Alabama Lions to be. And so from that, we build a plan. We do all of our action plans and decide what we're going to put in place. We ask Lions International for certain support in each one of the areas, which they were very generous with us in giving us the tools that we asked for. And then, of course, the last step is building success, which we're well on our way. We've achieved a lot of success, but we've laid the groundwork for much more as we go on. This program just keeps building and building and building upon itself. And, you know, success breeds success. And so that's where we're at. So the NAMI process is helping us to pave the way to success. And I honestly believe from the bottom of my heart that this program can very well be the answer to our membership woes and our decrease in membership in North America for the last 4 decades. And I think this can be the answer to turn all that around. So we met with District Governor Linda Starr at that time, and Vice Governor Larry Bagley, and we got them on board. We told them that, you know, there was a possibility that this opportunity be afforded to us, and they agreed to support it 100%. And so then we gathered the group together and we picked a date, and it just so happened to be Groundhog Day. And when we were sitting there talking to them, well, one of them made a comment, well, it can be lions versus groundhog. So we just kept that, and that is the gathering that we invited everybody to. And Lion Jerome's going to tell you a little bit about what happened at that gathering.
Lion Ron, looking back at history, we now know that we were the first district in the pilot program to hold a Build-A-Vision meeting. We didn't even know it was a Build-A-Vision meeting then. We just knew it was the Lions versus Groundhogs. And the leadership of our district built a template to lead us through a discussion about what are our expectations of district governors and zone chairs and of clubs. And then the most exciting part is when we dreamed of a better tomorrow. We talked about what our proud past was, but what we wanted to accomplish in the next 5 years, and things like a cyber Leo club come out of that idea. A discussion of a leadership initiative that was centered and focused on district needs. And then we moved into our strengths and our weaknesses and our opportunities and our threats. And as we finished, people were so excited, they were volunteering to become zone chairs and vice district governor candidates. And we began the process then. But what we did not know is that Lions Clubs International would take our PowerPoint that the leaders had put together, tweak it just a little, and share it with all the other pilots. And now it is shared with all the other district governors across the United States and Canada here in North America. And soon our original product that started here on February 2nd of 2019 will be part of the global membership initiative and will be shared with 750 district governor-elects around the world as Vice President Brian Sheehan ascends to the high office of International President. We talked about our strengths and the things that we did well. We talked about our weaknesses and the things that we really needed to improve on. We talked about the opportunities that lies ahead, and we talked about the threats. And we had no idea 2 years ago that the biggest threat we'd be facing today would be COVID-19. And yet, because of the vision of now past council chair Linda Starr and past district governor Larry Bagley, we were able to put together a roadmap that has led us through the pandemic and has helped us to find greater successes as we move on. And from all of these ideas, we began to build an idea plan, Ron.
Okay. During that groundhog meeting, we would bring up different topics and questions, and we recorded all the information on easel paper, and we taped them all over the wall so everybody could see what we had talked about. And the thing that got them most excited is we were writing down their ideas, and they were actually seeing it up on the wall. And the Lions attendant knew that we were there, we were serious and meant business, and that we were actually listening to what they were saying. Now, Jerome wrote up a summary of our meeting that lasted almost 6 hours, and to send to Lions International. Because like I say, like he said, we were the first district to do anything like this. We were in uncharted land. So off we went. Well, his summary, the attorney in him came out. It was a 47-page brief. Does that sound something like an attorney would do? So it's 47 pages. So out of that, my responsibility then was to take all the information and all the goals that were set that day and to formulate those into an individual district enhancement action plan. So we just call it the idea plan. And so we started to go with that. Now, the idea plan was divided into 4 sections. We had focus area 1 was to rejuvenate districts with new clubs. Focus area 2 was to grow our current membership in our clubs. Focus area 3 was to remotivate members with new fellowships and also in being involved in exciting service. And area 4 was for us to find a way that we were going to support the district and the clubs to meet all of the goals that we had set forth on that day. Now, Larry Bagley was the district governor as this come into place. And so he and the DG team were in charge of focus area 1 of rejuvenating districts with new clubs. And we had already started the groundwork, but we immediately chartered the Lions Club in Central Blount County with 3 communities, Nectar, Locust Fork, and Cleveland, which none of the 3 were big enough to really sustain a club. So we did one with the 3 together and was able to form a club. We then tried in Crossville, which was a very unique community, and we were well on our way. We had 15 charter members, and then the pandemic hit, Governor Ivey did a stay-at-home order for all the citizens of Alabama, and it just really brought us to a screeching halt in Crossville. So we refunded their money, and we told them that we would be back to help them form that club again, because we tried to do some virtual things there, and it just didn't work. But we didn't want to give up on the idea of doing something virtually. And so Lion Tim Sosebee wanted to, he was to be the next governor. He wanted to form a club in Madison. Well, by then we were in full lockdown on the pandemic, and so we didn't know which way to turn. So we went to brainstorming and trying to come up with some ideas. And so Lion Jerome says, I've got some ideas, and let's try them. And so Jerome, will you tell them about what we did to get the Madison Lions Club jump started?
It was a team effort, Ron, but let me tell you, first thing that we did is we reached out to the Madison City Chamber of Commerce, and we found out what it would take to join the Chamber of Commerce. And past District Governor Ron Mitchell, who's in charge of the global membership team for all of the state of Alabama, agreed to take out of his fund to join the Chamber. So we joined the Chamber, and the Chamber agreed to send out 3,000 emails for us, inviting people to join the Lions Club. But we needed some way for them to know what they were joining. So we went to Constant Contact, and we formed a landing page where we explained what the Lions Club was, and then put a button at the top and bottom that said, I would like more information. If someone looked at that first page and clicked, I would like more information, then their name went on to the list that we knew was super interested. And I think we had about 45 to 50 people that did that. From that, then we developed a Facebook page, and most people who looked at the Facebook page thought the Lions Club had been there forever, because we were pumping them with all of the things that Lions are doing across North Alabama. And then we began to do some Facebook advertising, and that advertising was pushing people back to our landing page and qualifying leads. And then we invited them to a virtual meeting. And after 3 virtual meetings and the awesome work of the people who were joining us, one of our Lions, I think, has already sponsored about 7 of the charter members that's in the club. We were able to begin to pull that group together. They paid their dues, and we were able to charter them on December 16th of 2020. It's a group that is already meeting. They're talking about how they're going to serve, and they have some fundraising ideas. The Madison Area Family Lions Club is going to be one of the jewels in our crown when we look back at what we've accomplished with the North American Membership Initiative.
And they are such a diverse group. We've talked about that. Lion Latoya and I have talked about that, what a diverse group it is, and a bunch of go-getters, and they know lots of people and everything. So they're just at the starting gate, really ready to spring out. When we did the Central Blount County Club right at the beginning of our pilot year, we got a hold of Lions International and asked them if they could do some social media campaign work for us. Well, they had never done that before. But with NAMI, it was kind of an open book, and we could ask for anything that we wanted to ask, because the leadership at Lions Clubs International was so supportive of this program, and they wanted to try anything that they could to make it successful. That was the fun part of it, because if we wanted it, we just asked for it. Did we get everything we asked for? No, but we got the overwhelming majority of the things we asked for. But one of them was they set up a Facebook page. No, they did the social media ads and set up a landing page for people to go and get more information and to sign up for informational meetings and stuff for that club. And it was the first time they had ever done that. So it was a learning experience for the 2 of us as we went along on that. And that's kind of what helped us decide which way to go with the Madison Club. But Lion Jerome, in his ancient years is trying to be tech savvy, and he's not afraid to experiment on anything with social media. And so, so thankful he was able to do the Facebook and the Constant Contact landing page. And I think we spent, what, Jerome, about $160 on Facebook ads.
We did 160 on Facebook ads. I think it was 225 for the chamber dues. So we spent less than $400 to charter the Madison Area Family Lions Club.
And it's going to be one of the strongest clubs we've ever chartered. So
I'm expecting them to outgrow the Coleman and Athens Club within the next 18 months.
That'd be fabulous. Latoya, you only need about 140 members. Okay, so focus area 2 was to revitalize the clubs with some new members, and so we tried some different things. One of the things we wanted to do was to try something, a social media type program, to see what we could accomplish with that. So once again, we called on Lions International staff, and they did the same thing on buying social media ads, and they spent several $100s on ads for that, and set up a landing page. And it was set up to be held at a place that has Brick Oven Pizza in Huntsville. And the weather was absolutely horrid that night that it was supposed to have their membership growth event. And so that really affected things. The venue that was selected was not really conducive to the type of informational meetings we wanted to do, as far as the ability to use audio visual and things. But we were thinking outside of the box. We were trying to think of things to do different than what we'd done in the past, because we all know what we were doing in the past didn't work anymore. So we were free to pick and choose our paths during the NAMI process, which was really nice and invigorating to do. So we just kind of wrote that one off, and we backed up and regrouped, and we thought, well, we're going to have another one. Well, the Guntersville Lions Club, we were going to have a growth membership event over there, and that's when all the pandemic things and the stay-at-home orders took place. And at the very last possible moment, we decided, well, we had to go virtual for this membership growth event. We had never done one of those virtually before. This was the first virtual thing that we did as a district. And so what they had done is they had picked like 5 different people from organizations that the Guntersville Lions Club had served to come and be guest presenters. Just a little short thing we had from, I know we had a park ranger from the state park in Guntersville, because they had built an outdoor classroom, and he used it over and over and over to serve thousands upon thousands of people. So he came and spoke, and just people like that that told about how they had benefited from the service of Lions. So anyway, we had this first virtual membership growth event, and lo and behold, we had 13 members that night we gained from that. Well, we were having our monthly NAMI meeting with Vice President Brian that night, and I had emailed him and told him I would not be present because I was going to be working on this membership growth event. Well, I texted him and told him we had 13 new members. Well, he just interrupted he just interrupted whoever was talking, and just was so ecstatic because we had achieved that kind of thing, positive, in that one event, and it being virtual on top of that. And for several meetings, he kept bringing that up as an example of the things that you can do. And then the other pilot districts started trying it. And once again, they looked to District 34A to lead the way. And a little side note here, ID Mark, you may be getting a call to serve at a higher level at some point, because Haynes Townsend was our international guest in 2009, and Brian Sheehan was my international guest when I was district governor in 2012. So, you know, this is kind of the portal that you go through to get in line to be international president. So don't be surprised if you get a call down the road since you've been to this district. Some of the other things we tried to do is we started a safari hunt. We wanted to go out and see if we could gather up some of the lions and get them back into the pride. And of course, we all know there's some people that leave the club that you don't really want back, and that's okay. But when you look, there's lions out there that were great lions that maybe they had a shift change at work, or they had to take care of a loved one with a medical condition, or some reason like that, that we'd love to get back. Well, a lot of times their situation had changed, but they just hadn't really thought about getting back in the Lions Club because they just got out of the habit of it. And so we were successful in getting several members back by going on that safari hunt. And we've encouraged all clubs to continue that and see if we can continue to pick up some more members that way. A couple of the other things that we had worked on, you know, Jerome mentioned the Cyber Leo Club, which we were going to do, and then our high school leadership forum was canceled due to COVID. So it's been one challenge after another. But the great thing about NAMI is that's okay. If it doesn't work, you back up and you're free to try a different approach. And Lion Jerome wants to share some figures with you on the great success that we're showing already for this year. Lion Jerome?
Lion Ron, we're going to have to take off because, you know, we've only got 5 minutes and about 15 more slides. But let me tell you about our 2020-2021 membership goals. We, as a district, set a goal of having 180 new Lions and 2 new clubs. And as of January 31st, we have 89 members who've been added to our current clubs, plus we have 25 charter members. We're 16 behind on our goal, but don't fear, we're going to catch up because the entrance fee continues to be waived by Lions Clubs International all the way to June 30th. New members into existing clubs, charter members, transfer members, no fee at all. And so that gives us an opportunity to continue to revitalize our clubs with new members. And let me tell you that in the first 6 months of this year, we have had some fabulous success in it. As a matter of fact, the Coleman Lions Club will be featured on February 15th as part of our Stories of Success webinar. If you've not registered for that, you can go to my Facebook page. You can go to the PID Jerome Thompson Global Action Team Leader page, and the link is right there. We're going to talk about how that the Coleman Lions Club have added 31 new members to their club. They're number 5 in all of the United States with members added in that 6-month period. I'm so proud of what the Coleman Club has accomplished, but fear not, I'm proud of all of our clubs, all 18 who have added new members during the first 6 months. Fort Payne has added 11 and done a great job. Guntersville has added 9 in the first 6 months. Center 3, Athens 2, Hopes Bluff 2, Killen 2, Scottsboro 2. The Cherokee Club has had a plus 10. The Hopes Bluff Tawana Club plus 6. Moulton, my home club, we've added 3. Fairview has added 2. The Huntsville Bon Pran has added 2. New Hope has added 2. Eva's added 1. And working together, we are making a difference and putting smiles on the faces of more people. The next area deals with retention, new service, and new fellowship. Lion Ron, tell us about how we're doing with retention.
Okay. Of course, we all know that we have done an excellent job, and this is the way it is most everywhere, not just in Alabama. We do an excellent job of bringing in new members, but we've had a problem with them going out the back door. So we're trying to take a look at some of the things we can do. For our retention goal, we was to drop fewer than 179 members. As of January, we've dropped 123, which is a few above where we needed to be at this point, but we will catch up with that. I'm sure that we'll be fine by the end of this year with the focus that's been put on it. But in this area of retention, I was very fortunate to be asked to help LCI staff to look at some of the brochures and some of the training materials that they have, and was involved in rewriting the old Club Excellence program, which was basically a flop. It just didn't do what we'd hoped it would do, but we have rewritten it. It's the Club Quality Initiative. It is an excellent program that your club can use to take a look at yourself. It's divided into 4 sections, so you can easily divide it up to 4 different times, or you can have like a half-a-day retreat on a Saturday or something and go through the whole program. But it is something that will really help build the camaraderie and the satisfaction within the club, and help on these retention numbers. We also, the Guntersville Lions Club wanted to start a different type of thing. This kind of falls back to the other, but a legacy program. Because Lion Larry had done a lot of research on the past history of the Guntersville Lions Club, and he was looking at some of the past members and that were deceased, but he knew family members in town, and so he started asking them to join the club to continue the legacy of their loved ones in the past, and he had some success with that. So that's something that we're going to continue to talk about and get some more clubs to try that out and put together a successful program on that.
Lion Ron, the greatest thing that we have done is we have 11 clubs in our district who have added more members than they have dropped, and that shows a great opportunity for retaining the members we have. And let's recognize them. We have the Coleman Lions Club that still is retaining plus 29. The Fort Payne Club is at plus 10. The Cherokee Club at plus 5. The Hokes Bluff Tawana plus 4. The Guntersville plus 3. Moulton plus 3. Center plus 2. Huntsville Von Braun plus 2. Fairview plus 1. Hokes Bluff plus 1. And the Killen Lions Club plus 1. It's great to see that we're making strides. The success is right there around the curve. And by June 30th of this year, we're going to lead the country in membership added to existing clubs and in retention. I just know that we're right there, and working together and celebrating our successes along the way are going to make a tremendous difference. And that gets us to the new fellowships and service goal, doesn't it?
It does. And Lion Tim Carter is over focus area 3 as our global service chair. Let me get this thing to, there we go. Our service goals was serve 100,000 people for the year. And you see there our target, and we have served to date over 57,000 people, 228 service projects. But the shame is that 17% of the club's reporting. Just think what that number would actually be if we had 60, 70, 80% of clubs reporting. And my hat's off to Lion Tim, because he has done everything he knows to try to do in order to help clubs to report their service. Our district administrator is beginning now to work with these clubs to help them input service. And so those numbers will come up a lot, I really believe. But, you know, we coined the phrase during the centennial, where there's a need, there's a lion, and we continue to show that. ID Mark, I think you've seen this morning the passion about the service and the many different forms of service that are provided by the Lions of Alabama. We're very proud of it. We would put the Lions of Alabama up against anyone as far as the service we provide and the passion in which we do it with. And then we talked about the ramps, the beds, child cancer. Barry talked about division. So, I mean, we're trying to work in all areas. But one of the things that we did in for the exciting service is we were sitting around talking, and I thought, you know, wouldn't it be nice if we had a video that highlighted hometown Lions on hometown projects? And so that we asked the blessing from Lion International staff so that we could do a video series. So they funded us to do 5 video series, which we called Lions, Our Hometown Heroes. And we sent out and asked clubs to nominate their service projects. And we were going to select 5 out of all those that were submitted to do this video. And so we were able to do that. Lion Michelle has done an excellent job of showing those videos in between on break. She's given up her break. I think she gave up her lunch. She played videos all the way through on that. Thank you, Lion Michelle, for all of that. But we have received great publicity from that, great response. We've added new members because of people seeing their local Lions and what they do on the local level. So that has been just a tremendous benefit that Lions International allowed us to do as one of the pilot NAMI districts. We've got here the clubs that we're showing. I'm not going to read them all off for the sake of time, but this shows you some of the clubs and the number of service projects that they have done and the number of people that they have served. Like I say, if you're not on that list and you're here at this convention, please get your name on this list by inputting your service activities. If you don't know how, there's tons of us that you can get a hold of and we can talk you through it. So that won't be a problem. And then focus area 4, you know, we were asking everybody to do all these different things to grow our district. And so focus area 4 was very important because it was supporting our district and club leaders to give them every possible tool that we can give them so that they can get the job done. And this group was co-led by Lion Jerome and our now district administrator, past district governor Sarah Provine. So you want to tell them about what we've been doing here, Jerome?
I would love to. As we had our groundhog meeting at the end of each focus area, we asked the question, what tools do you need in order to be successful and help us to reach our goals in these areas? And from that, we had our very first club officer summit where we talked not only about the hard skills, how to report and things of that nature, but we talked about the soft skills, meeting management and conflict resolution. Great day that everyone scored very highly. We also began to put together the leadership conference, and at the leadership conference, because we were a pilot district, we were able to get Matt Wallace to come from Oak Brook to Alabama and share with us about My Lion and about My LCI and all the different things that were going on with computers, and help people to get accustomed and comfortable on their computers and reporting service projects. But I think that once again, the crowning jewel in this area is our DELI, our District Enhanced Leadership Institute, or Learning Institute. And that's where that we brought together 18 to 20 Lions from across the district. And we did it in person the first time. And we took parts of the Emerging Lions Institute and the Advanced Lions Learning Institute, and we taught it right here at home with our staff. Now, COVID set in, and with the second and third meetings had to be online. And at first I thought that would be distracting and we wouldn't be able to accomplish as much, but it seemed like those that participated just really embraced the change. And they enjoyed what we had to do online because of COVID as much as they did working together in one room. And from that, we saw a great improvement. Almost all of our participants last year attended the district convention where ID Justin Faber was our guest. Almost all of them are in some leadership role at this point in time, either in their club, their zone, or in line now to be a vice district governor. I am so impressed with what we did with the deli. And then as we moved forward, we began to talk about how to use that learning center. Lion Ron, will you tell us about the learning center?
Okay. Let's back up one, and this case, we got to get this next exit here so that we can attend the monthly webinars. And I don't quite remember all of them. Do you remember some of the titles that we did on those webinars?
I do. We had one where that our past council chair, Linda Starr, talked about the club health report and how important it was. We had one that focused on the Constitution and bylaws of our multiple district. We had one that focused on public speaking, and we continue to talk about LCIF in one. We have one plan for our long range planning, our long range committee, sharing with us the long range plan for Lions in the state. And so those have been well attended too, and very good feedback. And I'm so sorry I missed a road sign.
That's okay. You was driving too fast, or you was having a sociable. One of the two. But now, oops. See why I'm glad Lion Michelle's running everything in the background? The Lions Learning Center, it has been revamped and improved. And as we were going through the deli and we were giving some learning center assignments for homework between the sessions, well, that's when it kind of crashed. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And then it came back up, and they've rethought on some of it, but it's been a big change on that. To me, I think it's a lot easier to use than it used to be. But we pulled a report of who all had been on the Lions Learning Center. This report is just from July the 1st to present. Last year there was, I don't remember how many. It was a whole lot of people from the district at one time during the year had done. We've had 6 so far this year, and 4 of them are Carol McNatt, Belinda Ballard, Tim Carter, and Luke Hunter. Now the first 3 there were all in Delhi. And the other 2 are Second Vice District Governor Mike McElhaney and First Vice Michelle Mosley. And they have taken tons and tons, especially Michelle with her assignments for DGE school has really taken advantage of that. But this is a tool that we really need to promote within our clubs. It works excellent on new Lions coming in or existing Lions, either one, that are up and coming in their career or whatever. And there's courses on there that corporations pay thousands upon thousands of dollars to send people to. And if you're a Lion, you can attend those classes for free, go to those classes for free, and it will really help build your resume. Now, we talked about a lot of the positives. Now, we're not going to sit here and try to tell you that everything that we tried in Delhi worked and it was, just a cut and dried answer, because it wasn't. But the great thing is, we had the freedom to try something else. And if we called International and we said, this didn't work, but we'd like to try this, but we need this and this and this in addition to what we already have, to see if we can make it work. And they were very gracious in supporting us. I just can't say enough about how much LCI has supported us in this program. But the main thing is, if you run into obstacles, you don't ditch your plan, your goal, okay? But you can always adjust your plan to meet that goal. The old saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Well, that's true with NAMI. And you just try again. So we'd hit those dark spots, but we would just back up and not be afraid to go again. And that's the great thing, I think, about NAMI, that gave us the freedom to do that. And it created a mindset within the district to where we didn't accept less than optimal results. If we didn't get the results we wanted, then we'd try something else. But we're forever on that quest to reach that pinnacle, and that is what is got this district moving forward, and it's going to continue to propel it. And Lion Jerome's going to talk about some of the successes.
I'm just here to tell you that we started, as I said, as the pilot with the first Build a Vision meeting. We had our team put together. We were the first one to submit our idea plan, and we were the first one to begin to have some successes. And a lot of the things that we created here then became the foundation for the North American Membership Initiative across Constitution Area 1, Constitution Area 2, North America. And from that, if you really look at the global membership approach that's being rolled out around the world, you're going to see the fingerprint of a lot of Lions right here in 34A on that plan of action. You know, we are to the point that we just need to refuel, and that's what this weekend in our convention is about. We're refueling our tanks, and we're getting ready for the rest of the journey to success. We've got to finish this year strong, and we've got to take and move forward. We need to charter one more new club before June 30th. We need our 40 clubs to each add 3 members per club for a total of 120, and we need to limit our drops to about 90. And when we do that, we're going to be in a position to be in the top 10 districts in all of North America with membership growth. And that is not important to be in the top 10. What is important is that when we bring those people into our association, we're changing lives. We've got more hands to help us to expand our footprint of service. We've got more people given the opportunity to lead. We have a stronger organization when we just invite our friends, our families, our neighbors to join us in this journey. And so I hope today you've refueled and you're sitting on full when we leave, because we need to race into tomorrow with a new vengeance as we reach to expand our footprint of service, as we engage more volunteer members, and as we provide our members new service opportunities, new fellowship opportunities, and new leadership opportunities. Lion Ron, are there any questions out there today?
I just want to say one thing is we, as the whole pilot, all the pilot club districts together, we came up with the top 3 things that played a role in the success. And number 1 was communication. Number 2 was communication. Number 3 was communication. That has been proven over and over and over to be the case. Today has been a wonderful opportunity for everybody to communicate about the passions that we have as Lions in District 34A. So let's just keep the lines of communication open. And if anyone has a question or a comment, Jerome or I, one would like to take care of that for you.
Hearing no questions, District Governor, we have gone over our time, but please forgive us. You know, we're verbose, but thank you for allowing us to share with you.
That was an awesome presentation. And I thank you for that.